Yes, I'm glad you said gratitude because that is the game changer right there. Because gratitude is on the same vibration of abundance. So that is one of the daily routines that I've put into place is I have my gratitude journal every morning and I just celebrate some gratitude. I celebrate a portion of my vision, my gratitude. I send love out to people and I write down who am I going to be today.
Take the time to remind yourself that it all starts inside yourself.
Wake up feeling stuck every day, then you gotta realize that it's all in your mindset. Read about the meditation, you go get around to it, you just haven't had the time. Yeah, I bet. Best thing that you could invest in is you. Could have the results or could have the excuse. Only one life, so take care of what you choose. And I ain't preaching, I'm just telling you the truth. Wake up.
Hello, and welcome to Bombastik Broadcasting with Kat, Kim, and Sue.
We believe in shining the light on all things bombastic and illuminating the folks who are stoking the fire in their souls one broadcast at a time. It is our harmonious pleasure to introduce you to our vibrant and bombastic guest tonight, Patrick Callaghan. He's an awesome transformational coach, a personal trainer, and a dream builder, which we do love a dream builder, Patrick.
Nice.
And we're just really excited to hear about how you got to where you are with us here today.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me, Catherine, Kim, and Sue. I do appreciate it. I could go back a lot of years. How I got here today, it started about 5 years ago. I owned a very successful construction company. Started it from the ground up, basically. I used to be a carpenter, a journeyman carpenter, trades guy. Never really wanted to do it growing up. That's what my dad, that's what he wanted me to do, right? So that's, the direction I took. I didn't want to do that, but I did it anyways, right? And years go by, I started my own company and brought on a partner. And we built a really solid machine, but deep down inside, I knew I was longing for something different, right? Like I knew there's something else there, but I kept on tucking that dream away, hiding it away from everybody. And then what really hit me was about 5 years ago, I found out my wife of 15 years was having an affair. And so, drastic thing happens in your life. So that happens, not a very happy split by no means, but we got through it. My kids got a little bit alienated from me. Most dads get called some pretty nasty names, but I kept my head high and kept my mouth out of the gutter and kept plugging away and go ahead, sorry.
That's hard to do sometimes.
It's very hard to do. Yeah, it's very hard to do. And so I had a couple major turning points that really hit me hard. And one of them was about a year into the divorce. I started not getting along with my business partner. We just started seeing different views of the company. And so we were working on splitting the company. And once we did that hit me pretty hard to the point where, I still get emotional about it today, but I just didn't want to live anymore. Then kids weren't around me, alienated from me, no wife, no company. What's my purpose? What's the use of living?
Yeah.
Hit me hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is.
I mean, when you say that, I think we all can relate a little bit because, the first thing you said with when you're in a deception, or part of a deception, that hurts so bad. Business relationships are often like marriages too.
Oh, for sure.
And your kids, I mean, oh my gosh, it's wearing your heart outside of your body. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. And the sad part about it is the kids were starting to reflect on my behavior and it all, like when it really hit me hard is one night I was just sitting, I couldn't sleep, sitting in my bed, scrolling, everybody does that, right? On the social media zone. And I hear these little footsteps come up the stairs, right? Taking a little knock on the door and it's my daughter. And she's like, Dad, she's white as a ghost. She opens the door, white as a ghost. Dad, any help? She took some pills and tried to overdose.
My goodness.
Like, boom,
Wow. Thank goodness she came to find you.
Yes, exactly. It was, deep down, it was, I find out after, it was definitely a cry for help. But, I took her to the hospital, of course, I was sitting in the waiting room and I was just like, I felt so guilty and ashamed, and that's when I made that decision right there. Like, I need to do better. I need to be a better person for my kids, for myself, for my community, for my friends. mainly for my kids and myself, right? And so, yeah, I started doing some research, trying to find some guidance, and that's when I came across unreal methodology called the Dream Builder program. That's by Mary Morrissey. I don't know if you guys heard of Mary Morrissey.
What was the program called again?
It's called the Dream Builder program.
Oh,
So when you say it, like when you said earlier, I'm a dream builder, I'm actually a certified dream builder coach through
Love
the Brave
it.
Thinking Institute,
Oh,
right? Yeah.
no, there
So,
was a
yeah. So that's where you get the dream builder from. So I'm actually a life mastery consultant through the Brave Thinking Institute. But when I found this methodology, I knew it was for me. Like I literally dove deep into my studies. You know, a lot of times you see on social media, oh, you know, like just shut yourself down for 1 month, 30 days. And if you do this and work out and do this, I did that for like 8 months. So I just kind of turned off my life and shut everything down. I did this program, dove deep into personal development. I seen such a change in my life that's when I decided, like, you know, because I was lost at the time. What am I supposed to do? And that's when my purpose came. I meant to be a coach. I meant to help people, mentor people, help people live the life that they love. And I seen how that program helped me and transformed me. I was just like, I have to bring this to the world.
that sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
isn't that the great thing too about when so many people in you know positions similar to yours, when you come from that dark place and then like you catch the light and it kind of vibrates through you and it saves you somehow with, you know, it's synchronistic that you found that program, but there are no synchronicities. Right? When
Absolutely.
you look at it that way and then you come out of it, everybody wants to share it and help other people. And I think that is such a special thing about having that deep down pain and finding that way up. I think that's why it's given to us. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree. It actually, it's funny because it took me like probably 2 months to just get the nerve up to say, okay, it's time for me to get out there and share my story. Right. And so
Yes.
you guys are my first podcast since sharing my story. And
Oh, wow.
Thank
That's
you.
exciting
Thank
for
you.
us. Thank you, Patrick.
I feel blessed.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Super cool. Won't be the last, I'm sure.
No, it won't be the last. Won't be the last with you guys neither.
Yeah.
You're about our 6th podcast, so we're right there.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah. So
Have you set up a company then, and are you and are you going to do one-on-one clients or?
I do right now. I do group clients. I do one-on-one clients. And being a personal trainer, I've always been in sports, right? So like that's kind of another side story in sports. Growing up, I was very athletic. I was, you know, gifted athletically, but I, you know, if I lose a race, I'd just shut down and give up. And you know, not fighting, but you know, throwing your arms up at the referees and fighting with the coaches, and you know, so I never really progressed very far in my sports because I wasn't mentally strong. And so when I started, you know, I guess I'll just back up a bit here. Part of me becoming a personal trainer is when my wife and I split, I was like 260 pounds. And that's when the suicidal thoughts were starting to happen. And I was just like, you know, like one day I was sitting, like to get a little deeper in that point, I was sitting on my bed and I actually pulled out my gun and I was like writing a note and I was just like, holy, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And sorry, it's still emotional.
No.
Yeah. It's almost like being it's like being outside of your body. It's weird how those moments you feel like you're almost watching yourself or behind yourself, or your brain is working in a different, it's not working right.
Yeah, you blank out. It's not working, Catherine. You nailed it. Like it just wasn't working. And then when I pulled myself out of that, I was like, it was funny because I've always been athletic. Like I was saying when I was younger, and I was overweight, burning the candle at both ends. You know, just burnt out. I had a pair of shoes in the closet. I dig them out, I put them on. I just started walking, and then I jogged, and I walked, and I jogged, and blah blah blah, on and on. 3 months later, I dropped like 60 pounds.
Wow,
And,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, so.
I read this saying that there's a saying that goes, the universe has a way of burning down your inner town when you're built for more but stuck. So sometimes I feel like the more stuck you are, the crazier the thing that happens when the universe is telling you, hey, you should be doing something different. And sometimes when you're really stuck, it makes it really harsh so that you know, really do fall flat on your face and then really do pay attention to what's next?
Standing up,
What's next?
again.
How do I do this?
Exactly. Like I honestly think it was divine intervention that like I said, when I was scrolling, like when I had the rifle out and I was like, something just said to me, no, okay, put that down, go do this. Scrolling, trying to find like, who can help me. I run across Mary Morse and it clicked with me, and everything just kind of started to roll. And then once I got into that program and created my vision statement and the power of the vision and just started focusing on that, things just started clicking. Yeah, and then I became a coach.
Beautiful.
And have you got your coaching business? Is that up and running yet? Or
Yeah, you betcha. I have a bunch of clients, and I'm looking to backtrack into my athletic story is I want to help people transform, who feel stuck like I was, who feel stuck in an area of their life and they know there's more out there, right? They just don't know how to get in. I want to help those people, but I also want to help these young athletes and these athletes transitioning out of sports, right? Because they've been doing, average life expectancy of an athlete is 25 years, right? And then they've got to transition out. And you see a lot of these athletes, they turn to alcohol, drugs, all this kind of stuff. So I want to help these athletes transition out of the sports and become better sports, and help people in general who just need help, need some transition out of their life, transition from one stage of their life to the next.
Kim and Sue are probably thinking the same thing. There's a lot of clients you'll probably have in Tahoe because Tahoe is such an athletic area, and when you're young and you identify with the sport and it becomes your identity after 20, 30 years or so, you forget that there's more that you can do, and it's never too late, right? To start a completely different dream.
I'm 50 years old. It's never too late.
Never too late.
And so and that's what I tell my kids. Like my son's he's 15, my daughter's 18, and 17. Sorry, she's 17, and they're both like, well, I don't know what I want to do. I'm like, you don't have to figure it out right now. Like,
isn't that the best thing? Because here we sit, and I kind of have a similar story to you, but here we sit for 50 or 30 years of our life doing something we didn't even want to do. I would way rather my kids took a few years, just do something, have fun, enjoy your life, and then figure out what you actually want to do. It's something in your heart.
That's right. Like, go travel the world for a little bit. Go to Cape Town. See some of the poverty that's there. See some of the poverty that's in Thailand and in the Southeast Asia area. And it's an awakening, and maybe something will motivate them from there.
Come up with a bit of gratitude, for what you do have, and then that can spark into what's next for you.
Yes, I'm glad you said gratitude, because that is the game changer right there. Because gratitude is on the same vibration of abundance. So that is one of the daily routines that I've put into place. Is I have my gratitude journal every morning, and I just celebrate some gratitude. I celebrate a portion of my vision, my gratitude. I send love out to people, and I write down, who am I going to be today?
Who am I going to be today? I love that.
I love that. Okay, so we have to ask. So for the people out there listening that are like identifying with maybe where you were, right, and are just trying to keep their head above water and going through that spiritual warfare of sorts, right? Because I do believe that there's some kind of war going on when you're in that dark place.
Big time.
Right? But what would you tell them? What would you say the first thing would be to try to believe that they can snap out of it? I mean, other than contact you and and become, your client.
The first thing is, you're not alone.
Yeah.
You're not alone. The first step is to reach out and just talk to somebody, your sister, your brother, a family member, cousin, and just say that you need help.
That's
be vulnerable.
Be vulnerable.
Honest. That's hard too. Yeah, that's a big one.
It's a big one. It's hard for men.
Yeah.
Right? We're supposed to be tough, right? We're supposed to, not be vulnerable. We're supposed to stand up strong, be the supporter, be the, the person to lean on. So that was part of my mental struggle, right?
Absolutely. I can relate to that a lot. I have 3 sons, and I, often go to, the struggles for men. There's a lot of women empowerment things going on, lately. girl power, all this stuff. And I'm like, what about boy power? What about the guys? Like, there's a whole
Exactly.
lot extra that they're carrying, even though we're supposed to be strong, independent women and not need anybody. But yet, there's a lot of pressure from society on men, 100%.
Exactly. And it's not recognized in our society. Like, did you know? So, last month, June was it was Pride Month, right?
Right.
So do you know what else it was in that month?
What?
It was Men's Mental Health Month.
That's awesome.
But
Interesting.
nobody knew about it.
Nobody knows about it.
They didn't tell us.
No.
So
Right.
what was happening? Did you find anything that was happening for men's mental
There's
health?
nothing.
No.
There's nothing.
You're kidding.
No.
Well, that's a huge opportunity for you, maybe.
Yeah, I thought deeply. I was even going to make some posts on it, but again, the fears that I had is I would get backlash from the Pride community, right? And that wasn't so I was kind of very hesitant on, like, hey guys, let's celebrate some men's mental health too, right? Because let's look at this. Like, I don't have the stats in front of me, but there's more suicide in men, more men are incarcerated, more men suffer from mental health issues,
Sure.
right? Than any other community.
And
Yeah.
probably substance abuse and alcoholism, because that's how you
Alcoholism.
keep it down. And
That's
I've
right.
known men that could never cry as adults. And you can't teach someone how to do that. I mean, you can't just like turn it on and off. And even here, like to be able to see you openly shed a tear because sad is a real emotion that is healthy. And a lot of people, men and women, and children are full of rage right now too, for whatever reason. But, I mean, I say for whatever reason, but we know there's a ton of reasons why you could be enraged, as a young person. But to not let that out and go from sad to mad without feeling it is a dangerous place.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah. That's one of the things that I've learned the most in my program is starting to learn to live from the inside out. So not letting all the outside influences, like to the point I don't even have TV or cable anymore or watch the news. It's all just poison, right? Like death, car accidents, taxes, inflation, politics, pharmacy, our food's garbage, poison. Like it's just all those circumstances are just affecting how we're living our life, and it's sad, right? So you learn to live from the inside out, live with the infinite power.
Yeah.
I love it. The only thing you can control is you.
There's two things you control in life: your thoughts and your actions.
That's it.
That's it.
I want to take that point and ask you about like setting goals and things like that and motivating people. Have you got any tips?
Formulas?
Well, probably the most powerful question that you can ask somebody is, what would you love? Right? So you want to set a goal of something that you love, something that you desire, something that's burning deep down inside you, right? Something that you're longing for. When I say longings, it's something that, that's not yet created in you. That's just a burning desire. There's something greater in you, right? But it hasn't yet been created. That's your longing. So figure out what you love. Think about what your longings are. And when you have that vision and you have that dream, we call it a dream, you call it a vision, Bob Proctor calls it a type C goal, right? There's different things that you can call it, but when you have that ultimate vision that you want to start living from, then everything you do is coming from that vision.
100% true. And with your journey, even the people out there listening, I always think of the other people, and trying to feel it objectively. I remember hearing that a long time ago and thinking, almost becoming depressed that I didn't know what my thing was. So just not to underplay that, it takes time, doesn't it, Patrick, to figure out, to remember what you love. Because in your case, like how you had your construction business and you do what you're supposed to do, right? For a lot of our lives, a lot of us have done that. And then to get back in touch with what you like, do you maybe ask, I know I would ask myself, what did I like to do when I was young, right? What made me happy when I was at my happiest through life?
Exactly. So it took me 6 months to develop a vision statement that I finally fell in love with, right? And I have that vision statement. Every day I read it before I go to bed and when I wake up in the morning. And it gives me energy. You 5-point test your vision statement. Is there good in it for other people? Does it give you life, right? What else is there? So what's the other question? So I'm drawing a blank here. Do you need help from the higher good? Do you need help from the higher power to reach this vision? Right? And there's two others. It'll come to me shortly here.
Yeah, no problem. No, that's good.
There's two other questions.
How many pages is that little
just 2 pages
of yours?
Just 2.
Couple of pages. That's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Pretty thorough. So you read it every night and then every morning again. Just keeping it going.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I love that. And then, one thing I was going to say was, well, I also think that men are far less encouraged to live from their hearts than women are too, because a lot of times it's like, oh yeah, she's going to follow her dream. But the guys are always expected to put his nose down and provide for the family and all that jazz, right?
That's right. Just go provide, go work, go to work. It doesn't matter if you're happy or not, go to work, bring in the...
Right. We don't care. Bring home the bacon.
That's right.
So I think that's wonderful. And I think that's wonderful for your kids and our kids' age. I do think that it's really hard for them to figure out their vision a lot of the times. And I was wondering if you sort of had any other insights on that.
With kids and teens, I would say just start with setting some goals. Like you can still say, hey, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a pilot, or whatever it is. Just start with what would you love to do, and then take some action steps towards it. So if you want to be a pilot, well, maybe if you're younger, maybe go to Air Cadets, or go take a flying school when you turn 16, right? Or take some private lessons, or just when you go on a plane, go talk to the pilot. Pilots always love to talk to you. Right. So just take little action steps that, are working yourself towards that vision, towards that goal. You want to be a doctor. Well, study harder, get some better routines, some better habits so you can study and study your sciences and be curious about your body, be curious about the mind. Right. Take action steps every day.
And even watch some surgeries. Make sure that you like it.
Yeah. Dissect a frog or whatever they do now in school. It was a frog all the time we did. Right. Do something, right? Get some interest. Find out what you love. Try a multitude of things and just find out what brings you life, what makes you excited.
And hearing what Patrick is saying, you don't have the television and you don't have the media and you don't have the constant influence kind of wearing you down. You're actually out there engaged in life. And I think so many of us forget how not engaged we can be sometimes with life, when we're just hyper focused on the little extra things or balls coming at us instead of being the own captains of our ship. And I think, Patrick, maybe that's where your being a personal trainer comes in so nicely too, because when you exercise, you're getting those endorphins, you're feeling more confident about yourself, you have a little bit of a routine. Like my daughter and I went to the beach. It was humid as could be here today, like 1,000% humidity, but we got ourselves to the beach. We played some beach volleyball. All of a sudden we're smiling, we're swimming, the water feels great. And it completely changed our mental capacity and our strength. So can you speak to that?
You put this away.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Away.
Put it away. And I would say, be present. Like when you're there with your kids, that's one thing that I really lacked for a lot of years. I don't know if I took advantage of it or it just wasn't present, but the kids that, they get their electronics, they go do that. And, I'd be on my phone doing work or something. And all of a sudden you're just separated. Right. Yes. So be present, put your phone down, go for a bike ride with your kids, go for a walk, leave the phones at home, have a conversation, ask them some interesting questions, right? Anything.
Yeah.
Be engaged, at the end of the day, I really, one of my goals is to really help the youth and the teens and whatnot. And Mary Morrissey's son, I seen him one day, and his name's Matt Boggs, and I highly just love the guy. He says, what better way to help your teens than to help the parents?
Ooh, help the parents or their parents? The parents.
Help parents.
Yeah.
Help parents. If we can get our parents aligned, and starting our parents all the parents starting to live the life that they love, what's going to happen with the children coming up?
Yeah. Yeah, you can only do so much with words, can't you?
Yeah, I seen that little punch there. That little poke. Told you so.
That whole it takes a village. to raise a child. I
It
mean,
does.
and everybody is so. I mean, I'm lucky because I hang out with cool people like Kim and Sue.
Amazing.
But there's a lot of people that you have to put on your oxygen mask first as a parent, but then sometimes you worry so much about your kids, or you get lost. So if everybody is kind of being active in the gratitude and the vision of themselves and telling themselves like who they are or where they're going towards becoming, 1% at a day, 1%. What do they say? Like 1% at a time, every day, 1% better.
1% better every day.
Yeah.
Right? In 1 year, you're 37% better.
Yeah.
It's a way to break the cycle, right? Because if your kids see you living your dreams, then they realize they can live theirs. So.
Well, and that's what happened when I was not doing good, when I was unhealthy and not satisfied and mad and angry all the time. Well, not angry, just dissatisfied with life. And, that's how my kids started to live. Then I started to get depressed and, suicidal tendencies. And all of a sudden that happens to my daughter. And I'm like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? What am I teaching my kids, right? And on that note with my daughter, she's not on medication anymore.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And that's huge because that, like, as good as some antidepressants are and anti-anxiety meds, man, if we can do it without, we're better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they can just be on those for a little bit and then figure it out if they do it the right way,
That's right.
Just to pull them out of something really, really dark, like your daughter went through, perhaps,
That's right. And I started with my daughter with gratitudes. Like she, what are you happy for today? I don't know. I'm not happy. Like, well, I'm not grateful for anything. What the? And then I kept at it. Well, are you grateful for your phone? Well, yeah, I like my phone. Are you grateful for your friends? Well, yeah, I like my friends. And then you see after 4 or 5 more questions, 6 more questions, then she's joining in. Well, I guess I'm grateful for you and Carter, and I guess I'm grateful for Mom and grateful for this. And oh yeah, okay. You see your attitude all of a sudden change.
Yeah, right. Are you like, now I'm taking you to the ghettos in South Africa? No.
Yeah, you want to be grateful for something? Go look at these kids.
Oh my God.
Be grateful for your shoes and your shirt and your water.
No kidding.
Your water.
It's tough. It's always a challenge, right? Like we have to watch what we say, watch how we act. You do that one thing wrong, and that's what sticks out. And that's what's hard about society. And we are bad for that ourselves. We do one thing wrong. We're on a diet. We eat a piece of cake. I eat a piece of cake. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Never mind the successes that you just had of not eating cake and being so strong and working out for 30 days, 40 days in a row. We're not celebrating those successes. We're beating ourselves up for eating a piece of cake. Yeah. Right?
Okay. So what do you do on the days when you feel a little like rough?
Resort right back to my gratitude journal. I'll just go right back into my gratitude journal. I'll go for a walk. I'll put on a meditation. I'll listen to some of my programs. I'll listen to my coach. I have a coach myself, right? Because I fully believe that. Yeah. Well, I know for a fact every successful person has a coach, right? And so for me to reach my goals, my dreams, I have a coach to help me along the way, to support me along the way. And one of the biggest pieces of advice my coach gave me was it was amazing. And it's such a simple idea. It's just let go and have faith.
I love that.
Kim, I think you told me that. I think you put
I may have.
Hey?
You put letters in my mailbox one time. Wasn't it?
Trust.
What was it? Trust. That's what it was. And I put it right on my wall and I looked at it every day in the kitchen because I was going through transition. That helped me 100%. The simplest you can make
the simplest. Let go of all your anger, fear, guilt, shame. Let go and have faith.
Let go. Why can't you do it? Let go. Yeah. But when you're like walking and talking or boxing or exercising, whatever it is, I feel like you can kind of release a little. Is that true?
Yeah, 100%. My workouts are more for just releasing and my breathing techniques when I'm working out, just releasing and just getting. It's like the yoga breath. I can't remember what they call it, the dragon or the lion or something like that, where you just get it out of yourself, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So that's one of the releases I do.
Just doing that for a few minutes helps like crazy, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Just find that thing. And everybody's different. Everybody has their own release, right? Like everybody's different. So find that one thing that you can just release. You know, like some people have elastic bands and they snap it on their wrist. You know, snap, just get, okay, refocus, right?
So what would you say that, Kim, and if
you go
ahead.
No,
but I was just wondering, because the Dream Builders was such a significant, find for you for your healthy transformation. What are some of the core like belief system or principles of Dream Builders?
Well, there's 4 phases of dream building. It's the 4 B's. So it's your blueprinting phase, where you blueprint your dream, you build your dream, right? So picture your blueprinting as building a house. When you want to build a house, you get a blueprint. When you want to build a dream, you get a blueprint, right? And so it's blueprinting, and then building. You build on that, and then you become. Bridging. Sorry, I missed a B. My bad. Printing, then bridging from where you are now to where you want to be, right? Then building on where you want to be, and then it's all about the process. It's who you become along the way. Well, I only had 3 B's in there first, so it's the 4 B's, yeah. And so those are the 4 phases of it. You know, honestly, the one that probably changed me the most is it's a 12-week program that we do, and in 2 weeks we talk about forgiveness. And forgiveness changed me. I would say probably the biggest. I still reflect back to forgiveness and just the different practices you can do for forgiveness. It just changed me, because when you hold resentment, not only is it a fear-based vibration and a low vibration, a low frequency, but when you hold resentment, it's. Have you ever heard the coal analogy? You know, you're mad at somebody, you're pissed off at somebody, so I pick up a piece of hot coal and I want to throw it at you to burn you, right? But when I pick up that hot coal, I'm just burning my hand.
Do it yourself, right?
Right. Yeah. So just let go. Let go of the coal, right? And it's amazing. And so there's just different practices I do in forgiveness, and because one thing about forgiveness is you can't forgive and forget. You never forget.
No.
But the beauty thing about it is you get to forgive every day. Right? And when you forgive every day, it releases all your blocks. You know, you just feel free. You know, because if you're mad at somebody, and I'm mad at somebody, it's like you're putting them in a jail of anger. But you're their jailer. You're watching over them all the time because you're angry at them. So you're not free. You can't wander around and be free because you're angry with them. You're watching them in jail. So just let them be free. Send love their way. We don't know their story.
No, we don't. Yeah.
My ex-wife, I don't know her story.
Yeah, right.
You know, I'm married for a lot of years, but I still don't. Yeah, I still don't know her full story. Might be some demon she's fighting with. Right?
That whole forgiveness thing, I mean, that makes so much sense. And when people are angry, you know, that is such a weight. Like, you don't know how to let go. But when you learn that, then you can just apply it over and over and over again.
And it comes naturally. Because there's still times, like, you know, there's still times my son will talk about his mom or something, and I get a little bit, you know, tight. And it's like, no, just let go, Pat. It's all good. Yeah. Send love to her.
Yeah.
Right?
I think
Dragon breath.
The biggest thing.
Dragon breath. Release, right?
Fair. I think that's one of the biggest things you can do for your kids, you know, when you split up, is not talk smack about the other parent, because that's got to destroy the kids. And I just want my kids to have, you know, mom they love and a dad they love. So, you know, even if neither of them are perfect.
Exactly.
I am, but, you know, just kidding.
Well, and that's one of the things that happened to me is I got alienated from my daughter. I didn't see my daughter for 18 months.
Oh my gosh.
Right? I missed her Christmas, her birthday, my birthday, Father's Day. She wouldn't talk to me. Wouldn't return my messages. Nothing.
Yeah. But hey, that's great that you kind of realize this is as low as this is as close to rock bottom as you want to get. So.
And then I started to forgive.
See, that's fantastic. Now, one of the things I heard about forgiving is like to picture the person as a little child, you know, like with whatever form of unlove. Like sometimes you know enough of their story to be able to picture their pain, but even if you don't really, just kind of picturing a little child in pain. But is there any other sort of forgiveness trick that you used, or just was there a series of steps sort of thing?
There is a series of steps that were covered in the Dream Builder program. I can't give it all out to you today. Right? If you want to know more, reach out to me.
They needed to hear, right?
But no, it's just sending love, just sending unconditional love. It's all about love, sending love to everybody. That's part of my journaling. Every day I send love to 6 people in my journal. And it's my ex-wife, my father who's passed away, my mom, whoever, just people I run across the street. I did a really cool event this weekend called Climb for Mental Health, and we went running stairs, right? And a whole new group of people. I just showed up there, and we ended up meeting everybody, and I just met some really cool people there. And today in my journaling, I just sent love to them, right?
Fantastic. So you just journal the love. You don't shut your eyes for 10 minutes or anything?
Say that again, sorry?
So you just journal the love? Is that sort of how you send the love? Or do you
Yeah, I just journal. I just send the love through the universe.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll shoot people a text and just say, hey, just thought of you today, sending you love. Hope you have a great day.
Oh, lovely.
And end it at that.
Fantastic.
And you have time to do that because you don't watch TV.
Well, no, you have time. Yeah, you have time to do it. It only takes minutes. It's only like a 15-minute process, and it's just love. It's just at the end of the day, if we can just all love.
Yeah. That's pretty easy. You have that all on tap.
Yeah.
I love it.
But even the person when you're driving and they cut you off and you want to flip them the number 1 sign, you just send them love. Sorry, let them go.
Yeah, and it's easy. Then it just rolls off your back.
That's right. You just wave at them, and obviously you don't know their story. They're mad at something or can't concentrate or right. Whatever their story is, everybody's got a story.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a story, but we're not our story.
That's true. Yes, you're not defined. It could be a defining moment when things like big things happen to you, but you're not defined by it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So the mental health, it must be exciting to have your vision put down on your blueprint and then get closer and closer to it. And in the meantime, you're doing your exercises, you've got your physical body's feeling good. Then when that happens, you eat a little better. It just happens, right?
Yeah.
And so how do you know how close you are to your goal or to your dream? And does your dream change as you're taking steps towards it sometimes?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your dream changes because your awareness grows. The more your awareness grows, the more your dreams grows, right? Yeah. It's like reading a book. It's like reading a page in a book. You could be sitting outside, the birds are tweeting, cars are going by, and you're reading a book, and you read 2 pages, but you don't even know what those 2 pages are about, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's what our journey is in life, is we're reading, and sometimes we just miss some things. So we catch 1 or 2 sentences, right? Then go back and read that story again.
Yes.
Right? And then your awareness grows. Right. So as my awareness is growing, my journey's growing. But at the end, my final dream, my end game dream is there. It's crystal clear to me.
And when you can visualize it like that, you kind of can't help but run into it eventually.
That's right.
Yeah. Is that why you read it every day too?
Yeah.
So your awareness grows around it again, like you were saying, like the page in a book.
Yeah.
You probably feel a little different about it every other day.
The more you read it, have you guys ever read the book Think and Grow Rich?
I have it on my Audible, and I haven't read it yet.
Yeah.
I listened to it.
Yes.
So this is my third time through.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's different.
Bob Proctor. I don't know. You guys heard of Bob Proctor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He read this book every day for I don't know how many years, 40 years.
Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely
a powerful book. A lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah.
Wow. So it really is that good.
Well, yeah.
I always hear about it.
It does say there somewhere in there, women stay home and support your husband on his journey. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, the thing about the book is it's Think and Grow Rich, but it's not just about finances, right? Like there's a lot of quotes in here that I should have pulled up a couple quotes, but
that's okay.
It's not just about your money. Like it could be about health.
Yeah.
It could be about love.
Sure.
If you're having trouble finding, manifesting, the love of your life, could it be about love, the desire that you have for love, the desire you have for the certain finances, the desire you have for certain health, the desire you have for certain time, money, freedom.
Right.
Right. Do you guys believe in manifestation?
Absolutely. 100%.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's happening every day. We manifest things every day, whether we're manifesting something bad or not so good or good
Or mediocre.
Yeah.
or mediocre. It's what we're telling ourselves, right?
That's what, yeah.
You know, you kind of, you think on something, you want it, you maybe put it on your vision board, and it always cracks me up how it comes in a different package than you would have thought it would.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think that's worth mentioning to people who maybe think that it's not for them. It's there. Sometimes you just have to open your mind to see it in a completely different package than you thought, right?
Exactly. And I think a power, like a power statement for manifestation is what words follow after I am.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But just in general, what follows after, oh, I'm so busy right now, I can't do this. Oh, I can't, I'm too tired, I can't work out. So what am I manifesting? Laziness, or whatever you want to call it. Busy, I'm too busy. So what am I manifesting? I'm just too busy.
Yeah.
I'm manifesting chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't get
Right.
anything done because you're always too busy.
That's right.
There's no time. And then your kids hear that and they think that you're too busy even for them, maybe.
That's right.
Yeah.
I actually seen this, talking about time, a little trick I learned is the rule of 168. Right?
What's that?
So 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. That's 168 hours in a week. You want a little challenge? I want you to track how are you spending your next 168 hours.
Ooh. Okay.
I like that.
Literally track it on
Track
paper.
it, and then look at it. And then you're going to be like, holy, maybe I do have time for a 15-minute journal per day.
Yeah, right?
Maybe.
Right? Maybe I got time for a half-hour walk.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Right. No kidding.
Yeah, that's clever.
Right? Sleep, eat, cooking, driving, social media. Unfortunately, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Right?
Huge.
How often are you doing your podcast, socializing, networking? Where are you spending your money? Or
Yes.
where are you spending your time? Sorry.
That's a great.
Same thing, right? Time, money, they're all super valuable.
Yeah.
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 So that was so I did that. I tracked it, and it was an eye opener for me, and it was
sure.
beautiful. And that's why I was able to not make excuses anymore. I don't have the time. I'm too busy to journal. I'm too busy to state my vision statement. I'm too busy to work out. No.
One of my favorite coaches, Deb Corey, she put it in my mind. Ask yourself, is it a reason or an excuse?
Exactly. I did 2,200 stairs this weekend at that challenge.
Wow.
And I was tired after 1,000.
Okay.
Okay?
No kidding.
But I did it.
Where are these
Right.
sticking? Somewhere in Canada, or are you just going up and down? Was it a
Well, they're
lot?
just like they're in I live in a river valley, and so they have like a lot of stairs, and just like it's a really big walking system and shared utility pass system for bikers and runners and stuff. And there's these stairs that come up from the bottom of the river valley to the top, and
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's pretty too.
it's very pretty. Yeah.
So you're coming to Philly and you're going to do the Rocky Balboa stairs next,
I will.
right?
I
Yeah.
will.
Stair
I'd do it
tour.
in a heartbeat. Yeah. I'll even watch an Eagles game.
My God. Now you're talking.
Awesome.
Patrick, I know we have somewhere to be, which is a huge bummer for us because what a great pleasure it's been talking to you.
Yeah.
I want to say, here at Bombastik Broadcasting, we like to say a rising tide lifts all boats. So what could we in the audience do to support you on your journey?
Well, come check out my website. Come check out so what I do is once a month is I hold virtual vision workshops, and it's called The Power of Vision,
Fantastic.
right? Where I teach you 3 tools to mastering your results. And I'd love for you guys to check it out. I have a link if there's a way to share it.
Yes, if you just send it to our email, that'd be perfect.
Okay, I'll share that link and yeah, check out my website if you want to book. If anybody wants to just talk to me directly and book a complimentary strategy session, just I'll send out my website, my link there, and if they just put in their strategy session, Bombastik, and then it's be 100% complimentary to them, and it'll be amazing.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Nothing to lose, right? No
Nothing to lose.
excuses. All reasons.
All reasons. Let's do it. Let's send love.
Let's send
Yes.
Send love.
And you want to challenge? Here's a challenge to everybody listening.
There we go.
call up 5 people or text 5 people you haven't talked to in a long time and just say, hey, thinking about you, sending love, have a great day.
That is a
Love
beautiful
that
challenge.
plan. 5 people. Okay.
Okay.
I'm on it.
All right. I love
they
that.
And they can't be family.
They can't be family.
They can't be family. Okay. Even better.
Yes.
A little twist in it.
Fantastic. There's a challenge for you all. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Got it.
Thanks, Patrick.
Yeah, thank
Okay. That's it from Bombastic Broadcasting. Always remember, be cool, be kind, be groovy.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. So much more in this world that you can do. Wake up. Every little thing in this life that you're going through don't mean a thing. Wake up. You keep shining. You keep grinding. Wake up. All is aligning. All you gotta do. Wake up. My man Mo said that the reason that the world fucked up is cause everybody lazy. Positivity is corny to them, but they still gon' complain about the bad going on. Shit crazy. So I just had to drop a little project. I don't know what the object is, but this feels good. If you too hood for the good vibe, sorry I ain't got nothing for you. Why should I?
You shouldn't. We out here doing the things that y'all wouldn't. Life could be a sweet ride. Proof is in the pudding. These guys with the weak vibes, I'll show them where to put it. Down bad, I was looking for the answer. Mind all mad, taking over like a cancer. Canceled the sub plans, came from up above. Told me everything we're doing, showing love. And I gotta
wake up. So much more in this world that you can do. Wake up. Every little thing in this life that you're going through don't mean a thing. Wake up. You keep shining. You keep grinding. Wake up. All is aligning. All you gotta do. Wake up.
I've been getting so high, head up in the clouds. I don't ever wanna come down, but I gotta
wake up.
Ain't enough time to be down. Bust a smile, cause it's yet another day that I'm allowed to
wake up.
Feeling blessed to be alive, man. Not long till we thriving. Take the time to remind yourself that it all starts inside yourself. Most.
Wake up feeling stuck every day, then you gotta realize that it's all in your mindset. Read about that meditation, you go get around to it, you just haven't had the time. Yeah, I bet. Best thing that you could invest in is you. Could have the results or could have the excuse. Only one life, so take care of what you choose. And I ain't preaching, I'm just telling you the truth. Wake up. So much more in this world that you can do. Wake up. Every little thing in this life that you're going through don't mean a thing. Wake up. You keep shining. You keep grinding. Wake up. All is aligning.